There is one name that's synonymous with Keeneland: Rogers Beasley.
We make a big effort of making sure our purses are top class to draw them here, and then we want to be sure that the hospitality is world class, and that's what we do best. Great racing, great hospitality. We've done a lot of great things here. We've met a lot of wonderful people racing and sales-wise.
Rogers has just been the spirit of racing here this whole time as director.
It's like his life's mission to make Keeneland great. He's very loyal. He is a tremendous boss.
He takes a lot of pride in what he does here at Keeneland, and Keeneland should be proud of the job that he's done over the years.
After an illustrious 34-year career in racing, Rogers Beasley will retire. During his tenure at Keeneland, Beasley has been instrumental in improving the racing program, establishing Keeneland as a superior thoroughbred auction house, and the enhancement of the September yearling sale. Rogers Beasley has participated in nearly every facet of Keeneland's operations. He's been a consistent role model, and his passion and dedication for doing things the Keeneland way has provided those who follow in his footsteps with a blueprint for success.
Rogers is one of those guys that we like to welcome innovation, but we're going to always do it the Keeneland way.
You think of Keeneland and you think of Rogers Beasley, class. I mean, he talks to everyone. If it's a multimillionaire owner or a groom, he treats everyone fair and with respect.
I think his dedication to the integrity of our racing product here has been something that I've always respected and admired. It's his #1 priority, and I believe in it, and he's done an amazing job.
He's a class act, and someone I would like to, emulate someday and follow maybe in his footsteps.
I'm gonna miss him a lot. It's gonna be different without him across the hall yelling for me, but we've had a good time.
Along with his renowned list of accomplishments, the compassion and kindness he shared along the way added to his exceptional legacy.
I don't know if this is a secret or anything. It isn't, but Rogers has a big heart.
He's very generous, and he's a great teacher and a great mentor. He's a special person to Keeneland. We're forever grateful for everything that he's done for this great, wonderful place.
I know one thing, I'm going to miss him a lot.
He's been a wonderful representative, and I'm really, really sorry to see him retire. I can't believe he's doing it.
Rogers really helped the jockeys here at Keeneland. He's always looked after our best interests, especially in safety, for not only the jockeys, but the horses and everyone involved. He's done a great job for us, and all he's done for Keeneland. So we'd just like to wish him farewell in his new journey in life, and have fun.
Rogers, you've just been so good for Keeneland. More than that, you've been a friend. I've considered Rogers a good friend of mine, and wish you all the best in your retirement.
The official last day for Rogers Beasley on the job is June 30th, 2016, but in truth, his impact on Keeneland and the employees that he's worked with over the years will go on long, long after that. Joining us now on the set is the Vice President of Racing here at Keeneland, Mr. Rogers Beasley. In the interest of full disclosure, this will not be an unbiased interview. I consider him a great friend. Hey.
Thank you, Todd, very much.
Thank you for being here.
Very nice clip.
For those who don't know, where were you born?
I was born in New Orleans.
You're born in New Orleans.
And as some of our scribes would say, that means I'm not eligible for the KTDF.
So growing up in that part of the country, obviously there's a great racing tradition, but was that always your path?
No, really. I grew up in New Orleans, but my father was a doctor, and we lived overseas. We lived in India and Africa, and then in eastern Kentucky. And I was fortunate enough to go to a small liberal arts school here called Transylvania University, which I truly love, and I had a wonderful opportunity here. And Keeneland was here. And my grandmother loved going to races. She was from Memphis. She went to Oaklawn Park because it was close by. But Keeneland's such a special place when you're in college. It's like April, like, wow, where has this been? And it started in October of my freshman year, and I fell in love with Keeneland. I'd actually fallen in love before. My mother brought me here when I was about 10 years old, and I was like, what a place. So it's been a great run, but Keeneland, being in college here really solidified it, and it's a part of this, whatever you want to call Central Kentucky, this tapestry we know is Central Kentucky, and it's an integral part of the whole community. And that's the wonderful thing about this place.
How does it strike you emotionally as you watch that package and your colleagues talking about you? I mean, it's one thing, just to have Mr. Bassett alone saying the things that he's saying about you, but then just the everyday employees that you work with. What did that mean to you to hear some of those comments?
Very, very kind, very tremendous.
when you look back at your time in racing, how do you want to be remembered as far as what you gave to the game?
Well, hopefully I followed the footsteps of Mr. Bassett, Mr. Greeley, Howard Battle, people like that gave back to the game and the industry, tried to do the right thing, try to be innovative, keep the good things, but always be innovative about things. I mean, we've tried some things that didn't work. You know, the synthetic, we've gone back there, but we've got the best dirt. Hiring people like Javier Barajas, I think the best track man in America, Ben Huffman, a racing office, and our racing officials, Catherine McKee, Dewey Harper. I can go down the list, but I really followed Colonel Bradley's message. You know, surround yourself with the best people, and I really have tried to, and I try to stay clear because they do it, and they make me look good, which is great. But I think, you know, we started here, there were 4 Grade 1 races when I got here, now we have 11, so I think that's a credit to everybody. We had a vision of changing some things like the Madison, for example. There wasn't a Madison 12 years ago, and we found a niche, and arguably the Madison last Saturday was, I think, the best race of 2016 so far, was the depth of it, and was arguably the best race.
So what's the next chapter for you? This is a professional chapter that is closing, but you have so many interests. We saw Kate and Bradar in that package. As I sit in your office this morning, she came in to exchange a book. You have your own personal book club. I've met you down at a spin studio here in Lexington. You have so many interests. What are you going to do with your free time now that you're retiring?
Well, I'm going to do some traveling. My wife, Jackie, the love of my life, she's the Keeneland book editor, does editing, so she's going to continue to do that. I'm going to do some fishing and some hiking, and then we'll just see what the world opens up. It's a wonderful world out there, so we want to go see things, a lot of things to see in America. I want to see the races on the beach in Ireland, you know, where they do that. I want to go to a little country place down in France and say, there are a lot of places I still want to go see and do it. So, and mobile and want to enjoy it. This place has been so much for me. It's a been a great ride.
And that ride will continue until June 30th. In fact, he'll be traveling overseas on behalf of Keeneland. I think one of his last official duties will be somewhere around the Turkish Derby. Rogers Beasley is truly one of the great leaders that we've had in our industry in thoroughbred racing. It has been my pleasure to get to know you on a personal level, and I wish you all the best moving forward. You'll stay in touch, correct?
Oh, and what a wonderful day we got here today. Is this not typical Keeneland, my man?
This is fantastic.
This is great.
Fantastic. And it's made even better by the leadership that Rogers Beasley has shown over the years. When you come to Keeneland now and forevermore, there will be a mark that Rogers Beasley has left over 36 years of service in the thoroughbred industry. Not bad for that young man from New Orleans.